I just want to round off the story about the points and the ignition problems on this 1977, obviously, Triumph Jubilee Bonneville T140, and we've already seen the engine running and the terrible throw that we had in the bolt. It was running around, spinning around eccentrically, and we've had the old advanced retard unit off it and taken it to bits and spun it in a lathe and found out that it certainly was badly made and badly machined and definitely faulty. So anyway, I got the replacement and fitted it, and just like the old one, you can see it there, there's a little slot in the end there which engages with a peg in the camshaft. So unlike the earlier versions of these where they just fitted on a taper and you had to move them around and get them roughly where you thought they should be and then fine tune the timing, you just push these in, engage the peg in the camshaft into that slot and they locate, and then all you have to do then is move the back plate a little either way as required if you need to, adjust the points, gaps, and possibly even move each set of points independently to fine tune them for the timing, which I've done now, and the engine's running. The timing is spot on and the advance is working nicely. I've had the strobe on it on the other side there and checked both cylinders and fine-tuned them and got them timed exactly how I want them now. But when I first fitted this, I expected to be able to start the engine and have it running possibly a little roughly in order to be able to set the timing properly by strobe. But all I got were the odd sort of pops and bangs and farts out the exhaust, and nothing. Moving the timing either way, as far as it would go, wouldn't get the thing running. And I had a look, and eventually I thought, this is almost as if the spark plug leads had been swapped over, which they hadn't. I mean, it's all exactly the way it was when it ran last time, although badly, with this one in it. So I couldn't understand why it wouldn't run once I fitted this. Out of desperation, I swapped the plug leads over from one side to the other and it started straight away. And that is even more of a mystery really, although I've worked out what was going on. Basically, the timing of the cam on the old advanced retard unit, although correctly set when the engine was running, is 180 degrees out from the new one, which you obviously you can't see it all because it's behind the back plate now, so you have to take my word for it. But the cam on the new one was positioned 180 degrees out of step with how this one was. Now this one also, whether the camera will pick it up or not, but the bob weights don't look the same as each other, and it looks as if maybe someone's been messing with this one, probably trying to get it to work properly perhaps, and maybe they've taken this off because this will come off and you can actually put them on 180 degrees out, but whatever. Once I swapped the plug leads, everything worked. But moving on from that, I traced the colour of the wires, the black and white and the black and yellow, back to the coils, and I found out that the black and yellow is on this side, and the way it is now, this set of points with the black and yellow wire control the sparks on this plug, whereas how it was before, they were crossed over. So it just becomes more and more of a mystery really, and no wonder I had some fun and games trying to get the thing to go. So what I'm going to do now, I'll put the camera down, start it up, and hopefully demonstrate that it runs nicely and that we haven't got that terrible throw in the bolt in the centre of the advanced retard unit, and I'll also demonstrate that it's running evenly on both cylinders, I hope. I'll just put this down here for a moment while I hopefully start the engine up and we'll have a look at it. at the bolt. It's far more stable. There is a slight throw in it now, but it was awful before. I don't have enough hands to demonstrate the timing advancing up by strobe against the alternator rotor on the other side, but it is working, which is more than it did before. And whether it will keep running on one when I short out the points on the other, I don't know. It was before, when it had run for a while longer than this and warmed up more. But if I short this set out, it's ticking over on the one. That's the other one. So the black and yellow side is slightly stronger, so I could maybe just take a gnats up on this one, not much at all. Up there. Let's try that again. Knock out this one, the black and yellow. Nice and steady, that one. Yeah, I would say that's the same. Both of those cylinders are now pulling their weight nice and evenly and equally. So, once again, no need to fit the electronic ignition. This is working fine now, but it certainly took some working out. I'm glad I found it, because I was considering fitting a boiler or a payson or something, but on top of what you've got to do in here, you've got to also change the coils for 6-volt coils, and there's some small alterations you've got to make to the wiring and everything, and then the next thing is we spent a few more hours on the job. So it's not just the cost of the components really, but the time spent. Anyway, I'm happy with the result I've got here, and I can move on and carry on with the recommissioning of this machine, which will probably include, or ought to include, fitting new tyres, because there is one of the original Dunlop red arrows on the front of that, and they haven't been around for a very long time, so I certainly won't be taking this machine for any rides on those tyres. Thank you very much. So just switch off there, switch back on, give it a kick, no one's touching the throttle. That'll do nicely.